What's up, Yins? This week on Car Dad Bill, we have a 2024 Atlas Cross Sport, Volkswagen Atlas Cross Sport 2.0 SE with tech that has the 2-liter turbo front wheel drive. Let's go for a ride. All right, guys, first impressions on the Cross Sport. And I have to tell you that in previous generations of this vehicle, I was absolutely disappointed in the fit and finish and the end product that ended up being what I got to drive. And I've only gotten really the SE models to drive over the years. But this 24 model SE 2-liter turbo is different. And it's different because they put some more finishing touches in this model, some better trim, some better finishing touches. The sound system is great. The headlights are great. Dual exhaust in the back, nice size wheels with good style. And the comfort and the drivability of this thing is off the charts. If you're looking for a great mid-size SUV with good driving characteristics, I mean, it rolls down the road. It's super smooth. This is definitely something to look for. So the first impressions of this one when it arrived in the pure gray color exterior was thumbs up right off the bat. It looked great. And then as I drove it for the week, it got better. But let's get to the full review. All right, Jins, standing outside, Atlas Cross Sport, and really like these turn signals and the headlight housings in general, but I don't know how I feel about the light bar and the fact that the logo is lit up. I'm sure it's attractive for most, but I don't like it. It doesn't have any fog lights, so it's kind of like a boring trim, but it makes up for it in driving and size and all that and comfort. Good wheel package, 20-inch wheels all the way around. Really nice gray paint job. Got the turn signals and the mirrors clean. And Volkswagen Audi always has the little marker light inside the mirror as well, which helps. Cross Sport logo on the side. Plastic trim all along the bottom around the wheels. Love the fastback, sport back design out back. And I love the tail. It's got the R, like the R line logo, basically in the tail light. Again, light bar goes along in the back, lights up inside the logo. Turn signal, LED, taillights, LED, dual exhaust on this one as well. Reflectors out back. Just a clean overall look. And I'm really a fan. It's starting to wear on me. I like it. Let's go inside. Yins, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button. It helps the channel. It gets me more cars to review. And it's just awesome to bring you guys this information. And I'm grateful to be able to do that for you. And if you have any questions or concerns, or you just want to talk cars, always comment underneath the video. I'll talk to you guys next time. All right, guys, inside the Atlas Cross. And what are the first things you notice about the interior? And I'll tell you what my thing is. Everything's digital. Everything's touch. And then you have this goofy gear selector down here, which I call it goofy because it's different, but it works and it's functional. And I can't say anything else. But we have all this touch, and then we have the climate control touch down here. And guys, I don't like that stuff. I want to have, like, you can do volume up here, and you can do temperature changes up here by touching. But if you want actual climate control, you got to actually get to the climate control screen, which comes up fast. I will say that. But it's like, why do we have to have that? Digital display up front here, super duper clean, really functions well, looks nice, has all your information that you need up there. Steering wheel, flat bottom steering wheel, really nice touch to the logo here in the center. Another well set up, easy, good size. I like it. Looks really good. Down here, we have the touch for the lights. And for whatever reason, I have bumped this defroster button so many times while I've had this car. And it has turned that on every single time. And it's so bizarre. So bizarre. but that's touch for everything. Along the sides here, good materials, really clean, simple stuff, you know, some plastic material, leather, and then you have your normal buttons and switch work. 2 vents that can toggle one way or the other, and then you still have your dedicated window vent. Clean dashboard all the way across, piano black materials throughout. Again, there's that silver behind the screen here, wraps around. And you don't have an upgraded sound system in this one, but it's not too bad. I believe it's a Bose sound system. I could be wrong about that. I didn't look that up. But good storage. Good storage here. Up here, you have your wireless charging. You also have cable charging. You have your cup holders storage here. And then there's storage in the middle glove box, which is pretty large as well, with some more battery charging down there. And then you have another storage area, which I put my coffee cup and my light down there so you could see that it's a good size. Underneath the gear selector, you have, you know, the ability to store some more stuff down there. When you turn the car off, when you park and you get out of the car, it turns off automatically for you. Everything dies off for you anyway. That's kind of annoying. The other thing that's annoying are these touch buttons down here and the no climate control. So you already got my bad list, and I'll go over that in a little bit. But the seats, however, are super comfortable, very supportive. The car rolls really, really well while you're driving, and we'll get into that in a second. But let's take a look at the back seat and the trunk area. Hopping into the back, and I left some stuff back here so you can see sizes and all that. But you have your sunshades in the back. All this little storage compartments areas, little storage areas. Then you have your seats, comfortable seats, cup holders for the middle. You have your charging capability down below. 2 chargers, and then the 15 volt. You flip it open like that. Hockey sticks fit in here just fine. And look at all that space. There's a ton of space back here for passengers. And then you come back here underneath the Atlas logo, you got your power lift gate, and this is enormous. I mean, it's just huge. Big full spare tire down there. Lights on the sides. Compartment down here. Bobcat hats down there. But it's a giant area. Easily fit hockey bags. 4 hockey bags in here. Easily fit. Baseball equipment, whatever you got. And the sticks fit down there. And I'm pretty certain you can get a tonneau cover for this that fits, but I don't have it in this model. And then again, you have the button push down. Let's go for a ride. Before we get on the road, specs and figures real fast. 2024 Atlas Cross Sport 2.0 SE with tech. 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder front wheel drive. 269 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque to an 8-speed automatic. Not terrible numbers, not terrible performance. It's really, you know, perfectly mated to this size vehicle. The average MPG was rated at 23. The real CDB real MPG is 21.7 miles per gallon on the pure gray exterior. The MSRP for this is $42,400. It should be probably in the 30s range, the high 30s maybe. You do have a lot of good stuff in here. You don't have a sunroof, a moonroof. You don't have fog lights. You don't have all-wheel drive. You do have remote starter and all that good stuff. So, and you don't have the upgraded sound system. So for 42 grand, you're getting a base model, a little bit better than a base model vehicle. And, you know, that's my opinion. I think the pricing should be a little bit less than that. Let's get to the good and the bad list. So again, guys, I don't want to harp on all of the bad, because there's not a ton of the bad. There's a good amount of good and a good amount of bad. There's a couple quibbles, right? And not every vehicle can be perfect. Not every vehicle can be outstanding, you know, that doesn't have any issues with it. So let's start off with the bad list, and I talked about that a little bit briefly when I was showing you the interior. There's no fog lights, the touch light controls are horrific, and the buttons for the climate control are down low. So like, you don't have any fog lights. You will get that on the SEL trim, the R-Line trim, all that stuff. You will get that stuff. Here, in this model, we have those headlight buttons that are down low that are touch, and they're very sensitive, and I don't like them. And they bounce between, you have to hit the button to bounce between them. I just need a normal light control. And the climate control, I can change my temperature easily. I can even turn on my heated or cooled seat fairly easily on the touchscreen. But if I need to get into like the fan speed and mode of the vents, like where I want the air coming from, I have to select that climate button underneath, or touch up here on the screen where the heated and cooled seat is for it to actually show up. And that annoyed me the entire time I had this vehicle. So those are my quibbles, and they're not very many. I do want to talk about the good list, because the steering, the suspension, the rolling capability of this vehicle feels great. It's a really, really well engineered driving vehicle. It handles corners really well for how big it is. It goes over bumps really smoothly. The steering is effortless in this thing. I mean, absolutely effortless. And the power is there. It's a great highway vehicle, great suburban road vehicle. It goes over the bumps really, really well. I can't say it enough. It's just the driving characteristics are on par, top notch. Well done, Volkswagen, in that regard. I do like the style on the outside. I like the Sportback design. All of these Sportback SUVs that are coming out are gorgeous. I think it's well needed to have that hatch design in the back, big trunk space, and you have a really big back seat to go with it. I think it's a great design, and I like everything about that. The smooth operation, decent motor, the 2-liter turbo, 273 pound-feet of torque is plenty of power in this vehicle. Now with the front wheel drive and the turbo, you will get a little bit of wheel spin when you're pulling out of streets and you're kind of jumping on it a little bit heavy. You will get that. But I honestly think the size of this vehicle and the tires that come on it will probably do just fine in the wintertime. I'm driving this in the fall, so I'm not getting any kind of bad weather. In fact, it hasn't rained even since it got here, so I haven't had a chance to drive it in the rain either. But driving around town and doing what I got to do in this thing, and having kids, hockey equipment, and hockey tournaments and whatnot, pretty good. Pretty good vehicle for all of that. And like I said, the highway commuting in this is effortless. Great cruise control, great steering. The car feels like it's rolling freely. You don't have to keep pushing it along. And if you drive a lot of cars and you drive a lot of the time, you know what that means. You know how that feels when the car doesn't roll and you're always giving it throttle. This is definitely not like that. So thumbs up for Car Dad Bill this week. Real cars, real people for real life. I appreciate you guys watching. I will see you next week.